All right. I'm back, y'all. We're back up in this biatch. I hope that traffic to the bridge won't royally suck. Find it. Don't. Birds wait until a car is under the tree, and that's when they start doing their shit thing. It doesn't look like time. It's like a dump. Holding it in. Hold in your poop and wait for a car to be underneath. And they're like, okay, now. I had to wipe that shit off my car. And then I need the car washed. Still pretty day. Here. There it is. And we're getting a little bit of stabilization. I had to get a cut, man, because I was looking rough. I don't need any help looking bad, you know what I'm saying? I don't need any help looking bad. Yeah, well, heavy traffic getting on the bridge. Probably should have predicted that since it is now officially quitting hour. Hey, Seductionalist, let me know what you think about some of the videos that me and Captain Paul have been putting up. Steve is back. How you doing? What's worse than a train passing over the bridge above your head? One stopping above you. Yeah, it can get a little loud. That is definitely a real thing. We are in heavy traffic, mofos. Heavy traffic. Please stay lane. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Verge. Let's merge. Right, we merged like adults that share the road. Let's go. Can't look at comments, obviously. Bridge. I'm surprised that we're moving at such a speed. I thought it would be a slow slog on the bridge. It has not been. Moving at a nice clip. Wow, this is really moving. I'm impressed. Wow, this really moved. All right. So additionally says, I think they're pretty darn good and slick. Only thing I've been noticing is the cuts. On one hand, it's good to have a properly noticeable cut in your edited video. On the other hand, it can be a little distracting at times. Yeah. 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 I don't know if you already know what I'm talking about. If not, I can comment on the timestamp. No, I already know. Because when Clinks edits the videos, he does a blurring effect with each cut. He doesn't do a straight cut. And I didn't really know how I felt about that style of editing. But I think that it's his signature. And so I'm at least willing to go with him on it for a while and see how it goes. But yeah, I definitely noticed that with the editing. But his editing timing is really, really good. His editing timing is really, really good. And I'm hoping that we can do something with this channel so we can pay him more. Yeah. Yeah, that one word that was edited, it was like I was kind of trying to find the right words. So there was a long pause in between. There was a pretty long pause in between where I was kind of, my brain was kind of stuck in neutral. You know, when you're talking about a subject as sensitive as prenatal termination, you want to make sure that you use the right words. And so I think that Clinks does a good job of making me look more prepared and more well thought out than I actually am. And like you say, you know, it is a very honest way of editing and saying, hey, you know, we're trying to put out the best content we can. You're not going to have every thought well in mind every time. So there are a lot of points in that video where he doesn't edit at all. But then there are other times where it's a little bit more of a struggle, but he still makes us look good. So I mean, you guys should have seen or should have heard just how bad the audio was when I forgot to put on my headset. So, and he had to edit all of that out. So, you know, it's yeah. But we do appreciate you watching, likes on our videos and stuff. Like, we're working hard to get content out daily. Right now, there should be a new video up or a video about to go up about Dave Chappelle being attacked on stage. I don't know how good that edit is going to come out, but I was, that the first thing that I did before I even brushed my teeth is I got in front of the camera to make that video as soon as I saw that this stuff had happened. So, it wasn't the easiest video to make quality. And I'm stuck. Fuck. All right. Now we're safe. Nah. Like,
you had that paint job done yourself?
Nah, this is how I ordered it.
Nice paint job.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. The thing is that TSP is about letting people voice their opinions. That's what it's about. And for us to have adult conversations, whether we agree or not, like, that is the basis for the platform. So you giving him some salt about his opinion, like, that's part and parcel of it. If you're gonna speak your mind, understand that other people are gonna speak theirs too, and they may not be on board with you. And the fact that we are able to have adult conversations, whether we agree or not, this is the kind of community that we're trying to put together. So, my opinions are not that different from his. I see things a little bit different than him, but not that much. And if I believe that there is something that needs to be, called to account, then that's what I'll do. And I don't agree with everything that he says on the prenatal, termination subject. But I don't. It's not like I don't understand where he's coming from. I do believe that there are a couple of blind spots in his ideology, but he's adult enough to be able to recognize that about himself. And really, what more can you want from somebody when you're having a conversation with them? There's really not a whole lot more than I can ask. Is even if he ends up holding the same view the same way in the end, that's all fine and good. I'm cool with that. But as long as you're considering, counter arguments and expanding your mind with them, that's what the platform is for. That's what it is. So, I just think that, what you saw there, seditionalists, is us doing what we intended to do. You know. So I'm very proud of some of the videos that we've put up. Of course, we're not getting the views that these conversations deserve, but over time, these conversations will get the attention that they deserve, and we are growing. We're up to 230 subscribers by the last count. We may have lost one, but people are seeing our videos. They are commenting on them for better or for worse, and that's the whole point of this. And I'm very satisfied with how things are going right now. Before you know it, you look up, we'll have 250 subs, and that's 1/4 of the way to 1,000. 1,000 is the magic number for being able to monetize. $1,000 watch time in the last 28 days. Wow, he needs new brakes. This guy's brakes are squealing and he's moving at like 0.3 miles an hour. I agree, and to be honest, having those conversations occasionally points out some blind spots in my own beliefs too. And this is what really makes me excited. This right here. And the thing is, when I talk to Paul on the phone, because I talk to Paul a lot, believe me, we could probably have 40 more videos on the channel if we just recorded our telephone conversations. We definitely open each other's minds about a lot of things. In about 100 years, you'll be in the history archives as one of the pioneers and early adopters of the equal rights movement. Wow. Wow. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I mean, I don't want to get too egotistical about it. But, that would be amazing if, I was able to create something that had that kind of impact. It's not just about equal, keeping that same energy. And if you look at the way that I process a lot of my arguments, I see a lot of issues with the way in which people engage in discourse. Whether I agree with somebody's opinion or not doesn't really matter that much to me. I know that my views are definitely going to be unpopular for the most part. Most of my views upset both sides. So I'm not looking for everybody to agree with me, although it does, provide a little bit of an ego boost. Does see things the way I see things. But I'm more concerned with how people the conversation. And I can accept you disagreeing with me if your disagreement comes with forethought and comes in good faith. And if we just disagree, again, maybe I'll end up learning something. Maybe. So I'm very proud of like what we've been able to accomplish to this point. I do think that the chemistry between myself and Captain Paul is improving video by video. One of the things I really liked is that like I'm doing a slightly better job of not stepping on other people when they talk. So totally not. Thank you for the follow. I'm trying to totally not dolls too. Yeah, I'm trying really hard to decipher that. But thank you for the follow on Twitch. I really do appreciate that. Sunny is here. Sunny will be here for episode 69 of Genius Take the Wheel. So shout out to Sunny. It seems like society is giving him a lot of topics to bring up during that drive. So take the good with the bad. For those who missed the announcement earlier, birds waited until I parked underneath a tree. They waited until I parked underneath the tree to start shitting on my car. So I'd like to extend a hearty fuck you to birds that just can't shit when the parking spot's open. They have to wait until a new car is underneath. I swear they save up their fucking shit spit until a car comes by, and then they're like, oh, time to let it go. Been saving us up all day. So shout out to them birds. Fuck them birds. You know, I think Sonny kind of brings up something that's worth consideration when he says there is no such thing as equal rights. I think that deserves consideration. Because I think that when a person has a set of rights, it affects the rights of somebody else in most situations. So I think that it can be looked at from that angle. I think that because of the way that statutes are written, it's hard to get language written into laws that are truly equitable. I think because, again, people with capital hold more leverage than people that don't. So, and they use that leverage to make sure that other people don't get the same access to capital that they have. Because if they get that same access, then, since capital is a finite resource, every single time somebody else gets access to capital, that automatically inhibits that that person's right to add to their capital. And that's the name of the game, I guess. So there are a couple of different ways I think that can be taken. These guys are driving like you're not going to get a ticket in the mail. Well, y'all need to chill. Oh, a helicopter is landing. I do want to ride in a helicopter. I'm just a little bit too fearful. If your intestines are about to explode while you're in a public place, you would take a crapper on a beat-up, stained toilet, or would you go for the shiny blue one? Moving on. And pick and choose what they want, but of course the people first pick what they decide the only ones that Tesla Model S just went past me. Doesn't look like one of the fancier models though. You know, most of them look exactly the same anyway. So you have to decipher, you know, just how fancy it is by this little marker on the lower right hand side of the rear of the vehicle. Which D is it? Wow. I'm surprised I'm arriving home as quickly as it seems like I will. It's a very nice day despite it being mostly cloudy, mostly overcast. You know, we had a couple of minutes where the sun broke through. I'm getting green lights all the way through. Wow, I got a green light all the way through. That's insane. Well, all right, y'all. Let me look at these questions before these comments before I end the stream. Nobody cares what you go for, but if you take the last bacon, you'll have a ride on your hands, especially if I'm in the line. Problem is, some people next to you is trying to tell you what you should eat. There's a lot of that too. McFavel says blue car equals open water. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess, but yeah, still fuck them birds though. Anyway, much love and respect to everybody that continues to support my platforms. We have a lot more content coming your way. Look out for Sunny Days joining us a few episodes from now. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm up out of here. Out of here.